Hey guys, all right, I wanted to make a quick video about food. I love food. The reason why I want to do this is because, a lot of us are in groups, and as we get started in groups, um, we are finding our way using the food guides and things like that to find what works for us, right? Food is the hardest part to adjust as you shift into a healthier lifestyle. The workouts are easy. Come on, seriously, it's easy to have a program set up in front of you, push play, and to have your shake every day, drink it. That part's easy. It's the rest of the part that's hard, right? And so that's why I want to touch on some things here real quick. So backtrack a little. For me, when I first started my first program, I did a 90-day program. Okay, and in and over the 90 days, I lost 33 pounds. That's what started everything for me. So the first month for me was learning, basically was learning, or I should really say disciplining myself to remove the fast food, to remove some of the crap from my diet, and add in some better choices. So, I added in my shake, which helped a lot. That was automatic when I started my group. I did my shake every day for breakfast. That's what worked for me, was having it for breakfast. Since then, it's gone all over the board, from breakfast to snack to lunch to snack to dinner to right before bed, all over the place, a couple times a day maybe. But when I started, I had it for breakfast because I wasn't eating breakfast, so that was a good start for me. So I did that, and 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 tried to incorporate some more, vegetable snacks, which I wasn't really good at. So I had to find something like the little baby carrots, and at that time, carrots and ranch. That was fine for me because that was better than nothing, or it was better than the crap that I was eating, like through drive-throughs and stuff like that. So it was just these little teeny shifts, if you will, in the first month. And I had great results the first month because I was making this change, and so my body was having this immediate reaction. Okay, month two, things kind of plateaued for me. Not that they didn't go backwards, but they didn't change as fast as they did in month one. And so at that point, I was searching a little bit more for better things to fuel my body with. I found that I was getting tired, working out. I was trying to adjust this new lifestyle with working out 6 days a week because that was very new to me. And then being able to fuel my body appropriately. And I didn't even look at food as fuel back then. I never even heard that term. I was just trying to eat better, right? And then on month three, after I had dialed in some food that really worked for me, I saw massive results at the end of that program. Wow, knocked it out of the park. And like I said, I was 33 pounds down at the end of month three. So I wanted to share that with you because there is kind of a cycle. So, now a lot of us now use Beachbody On Demand. We have shorter programs now, because my first program was P90X. They were hour-long workouts, and they were 6 days a week. And that was a brutal program. And it's tough to stick with something for 90 days. So anyways, Beachbody knows that. So with the Beachbody On Demand, there's a lot shorter programs. A lot of them are 3 weeks, which is cool. So people do multiple rounds of 3-week programs. And so going into the Beachbody On Demand, you have something set up for you the next, your next workout. So let's say you're gonna do 3 weeks. Let's say if Shift Shop, no one's just out, we're doing that. And then let's say after that, maybe you want to do that again. So you have another 3 weeks. Maybe you take a week off and then go 3 weeks. And then maybe you take a week off, or 2 days off, or 3 days off, or 1 day off. Maybe you just keep going, depending on how you feel, right? What you need. Then maybe do the 21-day fix. Or then maybe jump into Hammer and Chisel. Or maybe you progressed up to maybe do Insanity. Or maybe you do want to try P90X. Or maybe you want to go into dance and do size. You know what I mean? You have all these different choices, right? So that's a great thing about Beachbody On Demand, is that you aren't sitting there wondering what's next, right? You can start a new program and already be looking at your next 3 programs, right? Okay, so that part is easy, right? That's dialed in, which I love. if you're watching this and you don't have Beachbody On Demand, or you're just doing the free trial or something like that, dude, get the whole year subscription, because it's the best deal. I mean, to be able to do that and travel and have every program that Beachbody's ever made at your fingertips, at your disposal, and that your whole family can use. So that, like, Spencer's doing, he did Combat, then he did Body Beast. Well, Combat he done DVDs, we had him here, but he moved into Body Beast on Beachbody On Demand, and then now he moved into P90X. Peyton is doing the 21-day fix. Then we're all doing Shift Shop. So all these different programs you can do at your fingertips and wherever there's Wi-Fi. So even when you're traveling, I mean, so for a whole year subscription for that, super cheap, right? $160, and then they even throw in a bag of Shakeology. So why not? So having that, so they moved away from the one and done, right? So this is a lifestyle. It really is, guys. I mean, Danny and I have been doing this for. I feel like I went on a total sales pitch there. I didn't mean to. That was weird. I just get excited about it. But Danny and I have been doing this for, gosh, I guess almost 5 years now, and it is a total lifestyle. And I think that it's not so much the workouts that make the lifestyle, it's the nutrition, it's the food, it's the learning the food. And so that's really what I wanted to touch on here 6 minutes into this video, is the food. Now we have the groups, we're in the groups, we're learning from each other what other people are eating and things like that. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you haven't jumped into the meal guide that's provided with your program, I would do that. Now the best one for me, and so that's what I'm only going to speak on, is what works for me and what I approve of, is the 21-day fix meal plan. That's the one I started with. It was the easiest. It was the easiest to learn. It had, the shopping lists were easy for me. Everything was just broken down very easy for me. And then they also have, we removed meat, dairy from our diets. And so they even have a plant-based version of the 21-day fix. So that, what is offered, those meal guides, those are for you to learn. You can't learn all of those stuff those meal guides teach you. You won't be able to learn just from being in the group and watching what other people eat, is what my point is, okay? So take it to that next step. Sit down, go over the guide, and then ask questions in the group if you need to, right? That's what your group is there. Your group is there for support, right? Your group isn't there to teach you everything you know to create this lifestyle. The guides that are provided from Beachbody and from your workout programs, things like that, those are to teach you what you need to know. The group is there for support, for questions and things like that, and accountability. So I strongly urge you, I challenge you to sit down with one of those programs or one of those meal guides, and take a look at it and see what works for you. Grab your shopping list and take a look at that. Look at all your different choices, and then find what works for you. You're going to find fueling your body at different times is going to be essential for you to have energy sustained throughout the day. If you are working out, I mean, depending on what your workout level is, if you're working out maybe just once a day, it's going to be different from someone who is like myself, working out sometimes twice a day, training for different events and things like that. So people are at different fitness levels doing different things, but that's also going to determine your different amounts of food that you're taking in, your caloric intake and things like that. And please don't get me wrong, I do not know the science behind all of this. All I do is I go to the guidebook and I see the calories that I need to be eating, and I follow that. And so the great thing about what we do is we get to eat all the time. So when you find the foods that not only fuel you, but you enjoy eating, guess what? You get to eat all the time. Eat all the time. You know, and people were like weirded out because I ate so much when I was losing weight. I was eating. It was like I was eating my weight off because I was eating good food. It was fueling my body, giving me energy, burning calories, raising my metabolism, and I was working out, you know, so it's definitely not deprivation. Definitely not. I am never starving. The only time I'm starving is when I fail to plan to have my food ready for me to eat, right? So I challenge you to learn your foods, to you know, step out of the group a little bit, take it upon yourself, and to learn some of the foods that are going to fuel your body. I do also challenge every single one of you who's watching this to watch the film, the Netflix documentary called What the Health. um, and uh, and and watch it with your family, and learn something other than what we're being told every day by media, right? So that's called What the Health. I would watch that. And so I wrote some notes down here. That's why I'm looking over here. So just know that, this is a lifestyle. This is a total lifestyle. And the food is the hardest part. And we are here in the groups to help answer questions. But please take it that first step and look on your own. Download that meal guide. Download the meal guide. Look at the Fixate channel on Beachbody On Demand. Um, if you feel like you've been doing this for a while and you're plateaued right here, like let's say you lost weight, let's say you've been trying. I'm just gonna throw some numbers out there. Let's say you are, you know that losing 30 pounds will get you maybe exactly where you want to be. And I usually don't use the scale, but it's just easier to talk using numbers. So let's say that 30 pounds is where you want to be, or a certain size of clothes, so where you want to be. And let's say you've lost 20 and you are struggling. You can't get that last 10 pounds, right? Or you can't get to that next size on your clothes that you're trying to get to. Here's my suggestion. Take a deep breath. Cut out the dairy. Cut out the dairy. Cut out the dairy. It's hard. There is no, when you are shopping and things like that, dairy is in everything. But that dairy, that cheese, all that stuff, that if you cut it out, it'll take you to the next level. Now, let's say you're a person that you don't eat that, then maybe you want to check what you are eating. Maybe cut out your sugars if you're having sugars, especially late at night. Next, if you are plateaued, let's say if everything is perfect and you're plateaued, because I'm not talking about being plateaued but still eating Twinkies. Okay, I'm talking about being plateaued and you feel like your nutrition is spot on and you're not eating any dairy. I would consider looking at the meats that you're eating, especially after you watch What the Health. You're going to see some things in there that can change your body by removing them, and maybe adding in some other things. So if you're at that level where you feel like you are perfect with your nutrition but you're still plateaued, personally message me, and let's talk about it, because I've been there and I've hit it. I've since lost 50 pounds since being on this journey and on this lifestyle. And so, and everything that I've learned, we've learned from, from our team and from doing our own research and things like that. And I'll tell you one thing, guys, if you feel like maybe you're doing that and maybe you know what to do, but you keep dropping off and then maybe coming back and then dropping off and coming back, I would suggest that you get surrounded. I would suggest that you get with whoever invited you to these challenge groups, get together with your coach, whoever's invited you, whoever's been trying to help you, and ask them how you can be part of the coach network. And the reason being is because when you do that, then you'll be surrounded by not only just that group of people, but a much larger group of people who are all on the mission to not only help improve their own lives, but also to help others. And when you take yourself to that level of accountability of helping someone else now, so let's say you're struggling, for example, and then you say, hey, you're talking to someone and you're saying, hey, jump in this next challenge group with me because I need some help with my accountability. Guess what happens when you invite someone to do that with you? Your accountability stays up here because you don't want to drop off. You just invited them, right? That's what coaches do. Coaches invite other people to, it might sound selfish, but to help keep themselves accountable. But guess what? If we're all doing that, then we're all living a better life, and we're all helping each other live a better life, and we're all doing that to, for not only ourselves, but also for our family and our futures, right? So there's some, I think if you watch this video and maybe go back through it again, there's some really good options there. And if you have any questions, post in whatever group that you're in, message me personally, and we will find a plan, map out a plan, because this is all really, as geeky as it may sound, this is science. And I suck at science, but it is science. This is all proven stuff. So if you follow if you follow the plan that takes you to your goal, like you have a goal, right? There is a plan to get to your goal. It's just a matter of following it. So if you're just having trouble following it, let's get together and talk and find out what we need to tweak to help you follow it. Whether it's a certain food, whether it's adding a certain food, whether it's removing a certain food, maybe it's adding more water, maybe it's your time of day that you're eating, maybe it's your time of day that you're working out, maybe it's your accountability, whatever it might be, we can work on it. So it's up to you. If you want to achieve it, if you want to draw that line in the sand and say, that's it, I'm doing it no matter what, then that's it. Then let's get together and let's talk about it and let's make it happen. Because together we make it happen. No one succeeds alone. All right? So we got this. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in.